Hey friends, Jeff Fritz here, and I've got another Ask a Developer interview with my friend Andy Morrell, another one of the live coders. Hey Andy, it's good to see you.
Uh, Morning, afternoon, whatever time zone we're in. I'm Andy Morrell, better known as Lucky Number 11. As Jeff said, another one of the live coders on Twitch. And, well, I've been doing that for a couple of years now. Actually, nearly 3. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Jeff invited me here today, and let's see what you've got to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Andy, we've been around the technical community for a while. We read a lot of content out on the web. When you're out looking for things you want to learn, what topics do you want vendors to cover in their blogs, documentation, and papers?
I think for me, I do a lot of specialization in cloud architecture. So there is very much there's a lot of quick tutorials on small subjects, but no larger, here's a large blog on how to maybe architect a full Twitch chatbot, for example, including things like all the integrations into APIs like webhooks and things like that. So when it comes to a wider architecture, it's very difficult to find that. It's easy to find the little individual topics, but nothing on a wider, broader spectrum.
So that entire system in the cloud that's production grade, what are the things you need to be aware of and be scared of?
Exactly. And the simple one is things like billing caps and stuff like that, just so you don't spend too much.
Sure, and rate limiting, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Ah, okay. That's very interesting. So when you do find content like that you enjoy, are you looking for content that has code snippets, maybe some video, or are you looking for just text?
It's typically everything. If it has got a video of maybe the AWS console and they are using that, or if they're using the Azure dashboard, it's very much if they go click, 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 done, then I'm happy because I can just follow that really quickly and get that bit done. If it's text, I do like a little bit more of an explanation of why they're doing that.
Okay. But even when you're talking about the console or the AWS console or the Azure portal, you could even get away with animated GIFs to show some of those things.
Even that, yes. I think the mixture of content is maybe a better way of doing it rather than just solid video or solid text. But I do like code snippets as long as they're easily copyable.
Oh, yes.
Because a lot of sites, you see an image with the code in, and you're like,
yeah, that doesn't do what you think it should. Yeah,
you can't just copy and paste that.
Well, then on those same lines, when do you prefer that content as a video versus written content?
I think videos are. It depends on for me.
Okay.
And depends on the subject. But a lot of videos can be very much an easy, that's a 5 minutes, I just copy that. Whereas the text-based ones are a good 5-minute read, then read again, understand what you're doing, then do it. So it could take a bit longer. So it depends on if I'm really in a rush and just trying to get something. But usually I sort of sit back and take things in. I take, for example, my streams. My live coding is completely different to my day-to-day business coding.
Okay.
I'm very much a get it working first, then refactor when it comes to live streaming, and testing sort of goes out the window until it's off stream, because people don't really like watching you live test your code.
Okay.
At the moment, I think I might do a couple of tutorials on test-driven type development, but that's specific topics rather than going down the route of just getting something working to show the viewers. And whereas my day-to-day work is, let's do it properly. Let's sit there. Let's relax. Let's spend this amount of time. And I think it's because when streaming, you are in a condensed, shorter time span.
Okay. So then what does make some of those articles, some of the video content you're talking about, what makes that more developer friendly to you?
I think it depends on the writer again,
okay,
and the actual reader. But I find, as you said before, code snippets, they're nice and easy. Good imagery, like as you said, animated GIFs. So click here, click there, done. Even
Maybe
little video,
architecture diagrams, that type of thing.
yes. Data flows.
Okay.
Even if it's a simple, I'm going to go back to sort of simple UML type diagram for databases.
Okay.
Stuff. That is just like, it's nice and easy. And even if it's a UML sort of downloadable content that you can go, okay, generate me a database out of that.
Nice.
Because that stuff is less used now than it used to.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it's gone out of style a little bit.
Yeah, but I think it should still be a thing. Maybe
it's valuable for sure.
It can be, especially when you're passing it between teams.
Very good point there.
People.
Okay. Now, how often do you expect to see new content from a vendor, from a website? How often do you go back and you want to see something new?
Typically, when I'm sort of searching for stuff, it's because I'm actually doing something with that topic. At the moment, I don't actively go out and sort of search for the new stuff as such. So when it comes to .NET 3, which came out last week, the start of last week, wasn't it?
Yep.
I knew what was coming. I had seen the list of stuff that was coming. Now I can use it, but if I come up with something that I get, I'm blocked on, how do I find that content? If that content's out there, that's great, but I don't expect it for the first couple of weeks, at least.
Okay. Yeah.
And I expect some even documentation by the product owner. I don't expect to be 100% until people have started using it.
People have started exercising it and finding some of the edges. Okay.
But I do. So I don't expect it. I would like it, but it's not an expectation. So as soon as possible is nice.
Yeah. But when
after a new feature has been released.
Okay. So, but what does when you do read a blog article, when you read a white paper, something like that, what does make you want to come back and find more, find that follow-up article?
I'm going to say it doesn't for me.
Okay.
Because I am very much sort of here and now, and this is what I'm doing now. If there is going to be a part 2, I might use it down the line, but it's not an instant, I will save this for later.
You're more purpose-driven in when you go searching for that content.
Yes.
And you're not so much looking for a series to follow.
Yes.
Okay.
But that could change. I might be looking at moving over to a different team, which is actually doing Go.
Okay.
So that will be a complete change for me, and that would be, I'm looking for a series. I'm getting started. I want to know what Go is, how it works, syntax, and all that sort of stuff, and moving forward with that over being a C#.NET dev.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, Andy. I appreciate you joining me for another Ask a Developer interview.
Welcome. Thank you, Jeff.